Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game one in a series between Check and Focus here on Ancient Isle. Over here on the bottom right hand side of the map, we have Focus spawning as the yellow orc. Meanwhile, Check has spawned as the blue night elf. As we do get into game number one. First things first, my daughter wants to say hello. Hold on a second.
Hi. Hi.
Alright, there goes my daughter. I'm doing a little bit of casting, just saying hi as things do get underway. We are going to be looking at a Night Elf versus Orc matchup here, and I am expecting a Blade Master versus a Demon Hunter. As we now take a look at, it is going to be a Demon Hunter, and it will be that Blade Master, most likely, as things do get underway. As the Blade Master now makes his move, it looks like as though he's going to be doing a very quick clear of the Ogre Magi creep camp here, finishing off the Ogre Magi, picking up some useful items before moving on his merry way. Meanwhile, let's take a look over here. Demon Hunter doing what he does best, creeping alongside an Ancient of War. The Ancient of War has taken a fair bit of damage, but nothing like eating some of your own fellow brethren in order to regenerate those hit points. Does that technically make an Ancient of War a cannibal? I'm not quite sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look back over here. Blade Master going to go ahead and finish off an Ogre Warrior. Going to be just shy of level 2. As we take a look back over here, the Demon Hunter now coming across off to the north has picked up the Circlet of Nobility, and that may be a move to perhaps try and deny the Circlet of Nobility from his opponent. Circlet of Nobility, wow, that Demon Hunter very low on hit points, gets to level 2. That was extremely close. And I believe the leveling, the Ring of Protection, and that Circlet of Nobility all factored into that Demon Hunter not falling there. That's got to be one of the closest versus a creeps that I've seen in quite some time. Blade Master has picked up Claws of Attack +6. There you go, getting up to level 2. Will most likely be picking up that critical strike in order to get in that extra little bit of damage there. Meanwhile, back across over here, Demon Hunter still wandering around. Gonna be perhaps making a move down over here, going after the Null Overseer. Is he gonna pick up a second Circle of Nobility? That would be very expensive of a strategy to try and shut down your opponent. There he goes. He does sell the Boots of Speed and the Staff of and picks up a Boots, or sells the Ring of Protection, picks up a Boots of Speed and Staff of Teleportation, as the Blade Master just simply wanders by the Demon Hunter here. The Demon Hunter should be able to perhaps get in some easy shots onto some units there. You can take a look. A Grunt taking a little bit of damage, disrupting the heal right there, as 2 grunts versus 1 Demon Hunter inside the base. You can see that that Demon Hunter is taking a lot of damage right now. Can't believe that he's actually going to try and focus down that grunt. Now he is going to be backing off right there. That was a lot of peons in those orc burrows, but there was a significant amount of lumber lost right there, as now only 1 orc peon in that orc burrow there. All right, going to go ahead and try and rush in here, perhaps try and take down this 1 grunt. Grunt down to 50 hit points, down to 21, does finish it off. Is he going to be able to Staff of Teleportation away? Down to 41 hit points, down to 32. Wow, where is he going? Scroll of Town Portal back home. Not quite sure if it was worth the gold in order to take down a grunt right there, but he does go ahead and pick up some easy health coming back in. Ancient of Wonders now going to be completed, uprooting himself so that that Demon Hunter can make its way back out. Come across back over here, however, the Blade Master has stolen some of Check's creeps, not allowing that Demon Hunter to get to level 3. Very risky behavior right there, stealing that little bit of experience, as the Blade Master now heads back off to the north and in order to perhaps hunt down a couple of archers. All right, Wisp playing or hide around the tree there. The Blade Master is still right there. You can see Quillbeast has been dropped down, and the Blade Master, unable to slip through to get that one particular Wisp, just simply walks by. Meanwhile, there is also a Wisp off over here. Very difficult to get to. And even though it does sit right there, it doesn't really offer any line of sight, any true scouting, short of being able to get it into position to perhaps pop back out in just a moment. We do see Bestiary and a Spirit Lodge currently coming into play, and the Quill Beasts are doing their best to try and shut this down, but it's simply not going to work though. As you can see, the 2 Quill Beasts are not going to have enough damage before that Spirit Lodge grabs that fortified armor. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter does have Staff of Preservation, Circuit of Nobility, Wand of Illusion, as the units are now making their way out. Perhaps the Quillbeast should have been going for the Orc Burrows the entire time, as the Demon Hunter works on this gold line, trying to take down a handful of peons. Let's take a look. Blade Master going to be rushing right into here, into the fray. A 40 hit point Windwalk Strike followed by 108 critical strike. Very high damage here just at level 2 as the Beastmaster now readying back off to the north. Let's go ahead and take a look. Blade Master getting in some easy shots. Demon Hunter now looking to get away. What is happening right here? Beastmaster now trying to run away to the top left. We could get an ensnare or so down here in just a moment. There's a mana burn though, making sure that there is not enough for a Windwalk just quite yet as the Blade Master unable to chase down that Beastmaster. Ensnare not going to be finished in time as the Beastmaster is too close to home, and we can see that Focus did not want to try and press his luck. Let me cross back over here. Tauren Chieftain now making his move. Troll Berserker going to go ahead and get finished off. Healing salves being used up here as we're looking at the supply of the army 34 over 40 compared to 27 over 50. Czech's army is still rather small, but he does have a lot of Druids in the Talon currently queued up into one Ancient of Wind. That is not what you want to see, as one Ancient of Wind not training up anything at all. That is a huge setback, not just now getting that mastery training here ready to go. All right, Demon Hunter now looking to see where we can go next. Tauren Chieftain now making its way back over here to the top right. Perhaps going to try and clear out this Red Drake creep camp. There's a purge right there as the Blade Master going to go ahead and finish up all of these units here. Yep, Red Dragon or Red Drake, my daughter, saying hi to that Red Drake right there. He did get ensnared for just a moment, but now you have to worry about that Spirit Walker taking so much damage from that Red Drake right there, as the Troll Berserker also brought out into play to try and finish things up. Tauren Chieftain should get to level 2, now getting that all-important Shockwave to help deal with the archers, or excuse me, the Druids of the Talon that will be popping up there in just a moment. Goblin Tinker still sitting at level 1. That Pocket Factory ever so effective, as we're going to be looking at a handful of peons. The Tinker most likely just going to throw that Pocket Factory right down there, and now with that door, that is where the Clockwork Goblins should be popping out. We're not quite sure where they are. They're just sitting out right down there. They're not even rallied to the bottom. What is the point of this, as they are finally now making their way out and down? Meanwhile, the Orc army now looking to press inside here. Staff of Preservation sends the Beastmaster all the way back home. Staff of Teleportation, Cyclone now coming through as the Tauren Chieftain does get a good Shockwave down. Meanwhile, are we going to see perhaps another Mana Burn go down here without the Ancient of... without the... I forgot the name of that Ancient for a second. Ancient of Wonders, wow. Without the Ancient of Wonders, we're not going to be seeing any Moonstones or anything of that nature, so the Moonwells are going to be a bit dry for at least the next 5 minutes. Meanwhile, back across, Goblin Tinker has done a little bit of harassment. The Clockwork Goblins doing what they do best, absolutely being an annoyance and almost taking down an Orc Burrow by himself. That Clockwork Goblin, or the Goblin Tinker, now making its way back very low on mana. Has to be extremely careful, as we're looking at a 45 over 50 supply army compared to 50 over 50 from Focus. Blade Master sitting at level 3, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2, and it looks like once that Tauren Chieftain gets to 3, we are going to see a bit of a push, but there is now a very strong, this Disenchant right there, followed by Spirit Link. Demon Hunter up in the front lines as the Blade Master and the Tauren Chieftain completely removed from the battle momentarily. All right, constant Cyclone, and now that Disenchant onto that Illusion seems like a bit of a waste, as we now see Cyclone onto... Is there a Wand of the Wind somewhere? I'm not quite sure how he got that Cyclone off onto the Demon Hunter, as we're taking a look. Bat Riders now coming into play as well. Druid of the Talon continuing to try and fight off over here. Blade Master now fighting up as well, as the Goblin Tinker does arrive to the party. Speed Scroll now being used, as it looks as though the Druids of the Talon may not survive this fight here. Troll Bat Riders now making their way through. Ensnare on the Goblin. No, wow, 4 hit points, and the Goblin Tinker. Scroll of Town Portal transferred away. That will live to fight another day, perhaps. 33 over 50 supply compared to 50 over 60. Focus still in the driver's seat of this game, as we see Czech realizing that he cannot take this game and gives the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.